A rare moment just unfolded. A speech that captured the full measure of Mark Carney's intelligence, confidence, and growing influence on the international stage. This wasn't simply a policy address, it was a display of real authority. In just a few seconds, Carney had the room laughing with a sharp, well-timed remark aimed at Donald Trump, and then just as quickly he shifted tone, delivering a blunt warning that Canada will no longer allow itself to be underestimated by anyone. While Trump still prefers to boast about his ability to exert control, Carney demonstrated that he is the one quietly holding the upper hand. That speech wasn't a rebuttal, it was a declaration. A statement to Washington, to the doubters, and to his political rivals at home that Canada is now prepared to shape its own future. And I'd suggest that over the course of the last year that we've learned 3 big lessons or been reminded of 3 big lessons. And the first, this room knows this lesson, you live it. We have to focus on what we can control. I can't control Donald Trump. I gotta tell you, actually, I can't let him think I'm controlling him is maybe a better way to do it. You never know what's gonna come next. But he upgraded me to president, so I'm okay with that. I'm alright with that, got a ring. Don't tell the Governor General, don't tell King Charles. But I'm gonna keep that going. The audience burst into laughter, but Carney's witty remark about Trump, I can't let him know how I'm managing him, carried a far deeper message. It was a form of confidence expressed through humor rather than arrogance. Carney wasn't attacking Trump, he was showing that he knows how to control a situation and, at times, even the person standing across from him. Look back at how most world leaders have handled their encounters with Donald Trump. The majority either stayed silent or backed down. Carney turned tension into laughter. It was his composure, his instinct for the moment, and his self-assured presence that revealed genuine soft power, the kind of authority that commands attention without needing to pound the table or raise one's voice. But look, we can't control what happens outside our borders. We can influence it, but we can't control it. What we can control is what happens here at home. With that, Carney shifted the conversation toward Canada's future, emphasizing the importance of building one Canadian economy, constructing millions of new homes, launching nation-building projects, expanding new energy and trade corridors, and transforming the country with real ambition. Then came the line that echoed across the hall and into national headlines. We can give ourselves, and we are beginning to give ourselves. More than the Americans can ever take away. Right after the laughter came a statement so direct it sent a chill through the room. A short sentence, yet heavy with meaning, an economic warning wrapped inside a message of national pride. For years, Canada's economy has been tethered to the shifting political winds of the United States. But Carney flipped the narrative, declaring that Canada needs neither favors nor sympathy from Washington. It was bold, unapologetic, and grounded in confidence. Carney wasn't provoking Trump, he was reaffirming Canada's value, its ability to stand strong and independent. He then pivoted back to the domestic agenda, stressing that the government's focus is not on international handshakes or headline diplomacy but on every Canadian household. Carney laid out concrete measures: tax relief for working families, support for first-time homebuyers, accelerating the national housing build-out, and strengthening job security in core manufacturing sectors. His goal was unmistakable: to ensure Canadians feel stability and confidence amid global uncertainty. And now the second lesson we've learned: we have to take care of each other. Carney emphasized affordability, citing cuts to income taxes, cuts to capital gains taxes, tax reductions for first-time homebuyers, and supports for the most vulnerable Canadians. He highlighted the federal commitment to workers affected by global trade wars, including those at Chrysler in Brampton, promising that Ottawa would stand with them all the way. The third lesson, he continued, is we have to look out for ourselves. With that, Carney launched into the most anticipated part of the evening, a series of new measures to reinforce the border and strengthen national security. He announced the hiring of 1,000 new border officers and 2,000 RCMP recruits. These weren't symbolic gestures, they were real investments in security, sovereignty, and long-term stability. Carney reminded the room that the federal government does not run local police forces. Its job is to protect Canada from cross-border threats, smuggling networks, and foreign interference. Behind that message was a spirit of self-reliance. If Trump once declared, "America first," Carney demonstrated that Canada, too, is prepared to put itself first, not through slogans, but through concrete action. He highlighted new crackdowns on terrorism, organized crime, and extortion, including the listing of dangerous organizations such as the Bisnoy Gang. He announced that tougher bail and sentencing laws for home invasions, extortion, violent auto theft, human trafficking, and smuggling would be tabled in Parliament within days. Just when the audience thought the speech was coming to an end, Carney delivered one final moment, a humorous and genuinely warm exchange with Ontario Premier Doug Ford. "I'm the opening hitter," he joked. "The cleanup hitter is Doug Ford. He's gonna swing for the fences." The room erupted. Even Ford laughed. Carney's humor wasn't sarcastic or political, it was unifying. It was a reminder that leadership is not just about strength, but about collaboration, humility, and timing. From the good-natured jab at Trump to the clear warning aimed at Washington, from commitments to Canadian workers to sweeping plans to strengthen national security, and finally, to the light-hearted exchange with Doug Ford, the entire speech showed why Mark Carney is redefining leadership in Canada. He projects confidence without arrogance, uses humor without losing focus, and shows determination without unnecessary confrontation. In an era filled with division and empty slogans, that demeanor sets him apart. Carney isn't simply reacting to events, he is shaping them. And if this speech is any indication of what lies ahead, then Canada's next chapter will be written by a leader who understands power and wields it wisely. If you believe Canada needs leaders who are steady, thoughtful, and genuinely inspiring, keep following the Discover Abroad. This is only the beginning.